Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing This is turn 73. Let's jump into things. So, not a crazy amount happening on this turn, but we've got some, I guess, semi-exciting things to go through. We've done a series of castings, Kusaraki's Dark Knowledge, which found nothing. We did capture some Blood Slaves. Lucky for us, no Astral Corruption this turn. Double check, does it still exist? It still exists, we just got lucky. So, we've got a series of battles this turn. We've got a battle in Dofaros, where our military force has been beaten. So, whatever, no big deal. We got there's one of these which I'm actually interested in, so we're gonna click around. We got a battle in Troya. I'm pretty sure this is fine. We lick body up, moss body up, bark skin up, quicken self up. Kill the shit out of some harpies. Kill the shit out of some chaff. And we Gucci. Nice. Okay, so that was Troya. We got a battle in Wick Forest. Right. Okay, so we got liquid body. Got our moss body, got our bark skin, got our quicken self. Very nice. Okay, so we head in to a minotaur and some satyrs. Pop, pop. And we are just cutting through them. Okay, and we get hit. Alright, and you immediately see our well, we don't get hit because we don't take a red number, but you see our region tick, right? And our region, we do actually get hit there. Our region ticks again. And then we kill everything, and then oh, wait, what? There were other green numbers under our region ticks. Take a second look. Like, what the fuck happened there, right? This is actually unfortunate, but really funny. What happened, you see what happened was, this province defense commander, this is a PD commander, mind you, has inherited some wealth in the form of a hand smasher, which makes him hit really hard, first of all, but more importantly, a snake bladder stick. And this thing does AoE, poison damage. In fact, you can see when he swings, he actually hits his satyrs, and they start ticking for poison damage. He also has a berserker pelt, which fucking works, and some other shit that is kind of irrelevant. But suffice to say, it's kind of unfortunate. He hits us with a poison proc from the stick, and we basically just fail to out-regen it. Unfortunate. Because it just ticks higher and higher. 6, 8, 7, 6. Yeah. Unfortunate. Too bad. So, in Wick Forest, we lose Ishib. Which one was this? And then there was like one, right? Because these two, or two of these, this is Ishib 11, two of these have been fighting, thugging it for us for a very long time, in way too much gear. But they've been doing so good. It's so funny that this guy died, the other guy died fighting Ocelotls and doing a good job, almost winning, killing many Ocelotls. Had the AI been focused more on killing weakened targets, he might have actually won. This one loses to a province defense commander who ends up with random items. It's very funny. We also have a battle here in Scytha, as Micklin expands their power. This is, I believe... No, this might not be the same thing that died. But this is here, right? So right up next to Pangaea. We've got Old Man Mountains, where Pan is hitting with a mercenary force. We can see Pan hitting me in Whispering Springs with a Solus and Meteorite guard, which we lose. Whatever, no big deal. We attack in Dershid with Yeti Shaman and win. Watch that real quick. Double check and see how our Yeti Shaman is doing. Still kicking massive ass. Strength of Gaia, Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, Summoner's Power, Legions of Steel, big old 33 protection. Actually not on the list of Hall of Fame, basically. Which we should totally get changed. If we could get the Yeti onto Hall of Fame, that would be awesome. Kicking ass, taking names, smacking down Ichthyeids and Minotaurs. Good shit. Cool. And then we have battles in the Fortress of Belagor and Pangaea, so let's watch those. We've got a battle here in Belagor with our smaller army. Not much doing, although there are a couple of casters here. We've got a Yogi back here. We've got an Adept of the Golden Order. We've got a Dryad, as well as some Hierophants. But I don't think any of that is really going to matter. Our Stuff Communion's up. We Storm up. We get Fog Warriors up. And that's pretty much that. This is like Army Light, so not really a lot of crazy stuff happening. Basically our Yetis and our Mushushus do what they do and kick some ass. Easy peasy. Yetis do hit pretty hard, but they do not have, like, just awesome attack skill. It's not bad, but... So, Fortress of Belagor. We lose nothing, which is good. We swiftly raise a temple. Very nice. We have battle in Pan. This is going to be a little more explosive because this is our big army. Right. Okay. And this is actually up against a modest force. Some Yogis. Some Pans. Nothing cray-cray. And White Weeping Willow, the Centauride Enchantress. So the god of Pan... right here, right now. Very good. Stacked Rainbow Pretender. Kick-ass bless. I say kick-ass bless. Very rainbowy bless. Very panish bless. Let's see things go down. Storm powers come out. Union comes up. Natural Storm comes up. The Thunder Strike, Decimation comes down. The Elementals are out. The Air Elementals are coming out a little later. Ah, there's one. More just deletion from Thunder Strikes. Yep. Easy peasy. This is way overdone compared to what we need to do. Like, this is honestly like a pretty big waste of gems. This and next turn are probably going to be pretty big waste of gems. Like, I do not need all of these gem, like, elementals and things like that to achieve what I'm trying to achieve. But, I don't know, it's kind of fun. So, it's what I would do against an actual human opponent. So. Alright, we've got no losses. Very nice. Raise a temple. Very nice. Message from Pan. You killed our god. They're unhappy about that. Okay. Sloth 1. Tax 50. Ugh. Plus 2 nurture gems. Cool. Worldwide event. We got alteration rituals are cheaper. We got a scout discovered. Unfortunate. And we're under siege in Perenna. Still. Just destroying the fort in Monarch Wood. Still. And yeah, okay, what are we doing with the turn? Well, Again, we're moving around a lot of elders, not really a big deal, right? Trying to move elders into new positions in Pan lands as well as in Kai Lawson lands. We are recruiting more elders in those lands, those territories as well, because again, having defense and having just people to ferry troops around is pretty nice. We are hitting Silver Fangs with our Esham 1. We are hitting Sodarth with our Ishib 23. We are marching from Belagor to Kailasa. Actually, we can make it there with some people, but we can't with everyone. We're building a temple in Belagor. We are marching from Pan to Carrion. We are building a temple in Pan. Immediately getting temples up, we want to spread our dominion with our gift of health. Makes us very strong, especially when fighting defensive battles. So, pretty cool. We want to take advantage of that. I really want to get Silver Fangs and get that forted up and defended. I do not know how it's going to go. It looks like most of Hinam's armies have pulled back. I think he might be actively fighting Lanka, maybe, or actively fighting Mictlan. I'm not sure. I haven't heard a lot from him, but I do not see very many armies in Kailasa, which I'm going to take advantage of and just hit. I'm going to try to just roll the southern army through Kailasan lands as well as we can. We've got a couple of remnants forces of Pan that we're going to have to hit either with thugs or various things. We're trying to get to a certain point where we can do some of that, where we can do thugs or things like that, but first we kind of gotta focus on our main goal, and of course our main goal is tarts, right? Before we jump into that though, you will notice, or you may notice, we didn't really talk about this heavily last turn, I think, but Lanka has jumped on Fomoria. Fomoria still has a pretty big army. They're turtling. I don't know if Lanka or if Mictlan plans on doing anything about that, but I do know that Lanka lost their god this turn. Lanka's god got killed. It's this turn or last turn? Their god got killed by the Eater of Gods or something like that. It's a horror. It's a scary ass horror. But it basically, I don't know why, but it popped on Lanka's god, and Lanka's god is no more. Which means Lanka's actually initiated this war and then lost their bless, which is kind of a decent deal for Lanka. Lanka really heavily relies on their sacreds. But we are jumping in to take Tyrannia. We are going to send Hollow along with some Pegasus Riders because they're basically what can get there aside from Mushushus, and I want to use my Mushushus where we are right now. And we're sending Seasork 26 with more Pegasus Riders to assist as well. I don't think there's probably going to be a need for all of them. The Pegasus Riders are on Holten Fire. Hollow's gonna run in and do a bunch of Horde of Skeleton casting. I don't really know what is here. It's a bunch of commanders. I don't know if it's maybe like a blood factory or something, but we're just gonna hit it. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, whatever. Next turn we plan on hitting Perenna with the Inci that is coming out from there. So we're gonna hit Perenna and hopefully get rid of this group of centaurs and white centaurs. We are forging this turn the Ring of Sorcery. Nazar II, the Anunnaki of Growth and Rebirth, is set to go. So we should have a Ring of Sorcery next turn. Fingers crossed that we don't get a bunch of horrors that come and kill our god, because that would be really shitty to have to deal with that again. But regardless, the turn after that, we're going to kick things off with leprosy, taking Well of Misery, and depending on whether or not there's a global up. I say depending on whether or not there's a global up. Even with a global up, I'll probably still dump a shit ton of gems into Well of Misery because I kind of want to keep it up. I want to keep it up, and we're at 20 gems per month, so if we can keep it up and we can keep 40 gem income, or 40-ish gem income, that's really, really good. That's really strong. So we're kind of probably going to aim for that. We'll see how it goes. So next turn, we should have... oh, wait, we're not doing Well of Misery immediately. I forgot. Next turn, we're doing a Lich. And then the turn after that, we will take that Lich and we'll do Well of Misery. So, a couple more turns to get to the point to where we are doing tarts, hopefully. And we've kind of slowed down, right? We're chewing through Panlands, but we're not really fighting anyone, right? This is all just AI battles, which is kind of unfortunate. It's kind of sad. But we're kind of in this weird holding pattern, and we need to look at opportunities. What do we got opportunity-wise? Well, so we have Titan's Breath Peaks, right? We have the Temple of the Moon. We have the Temple of Destiny. Okay. Throne-wise, we need 17 points. So we have 3 in the Temple of Destiny and 2 in the Throne of the Moon. That gives us 5. Down here is the Shattered Throne. Shattered Throne is another 3. That would give us 8, potentially, if we held it. And then, kind of in close, spitting distance of a big army, is the Golden Throne, right? Golden Throne being a 2, so that would put us at 10. And then Realm of Silence is another throne, right? So basically, I've been like plotting this out and planning it out and everything for a while. Unfortunately, we don't have a good I came into this turn and I was like, ooh, could we rush? Like, could we send this army to Silverfangs instead of Kailasa? Could we send this army to Realm of Silence instead of, hit Carrion on our way there, but ultimately aim for the Realm of Silence? And then could we send an army over to Jabal Kish? And the answer is potentially, but it's probably not gonna do anything. Like, we actually require a lot of thrones to win, unfortunately. The odd mix of 3s and 2s, and the fact that it's 17 points, it kind of puts us in a very weird position. So, rather than making a play, we are just going to solidify our position. Now, that being said, I do think that we need to keep those types of options in mind. Like I said, we are still going to hit Silverfangs. I do want to get Silverfangs conquered and held. I don't know that I care about taking it necessarily. We'll probably take it, right? With what we already have with the Throne of Destiny, it's probably worthwhile to take the Shattered Throne, right? Throne of Destiny puts us up to neutral luck, but we've been surviving on -2 luck for a while. We can survive on -1 luck, and Shattered Throne actually gives us, again, Dominion spread is something that we really want right now. Additional Blood Slaves and Astral Pearls are always going to be good, so it's kind of a situation of it's probably going to be worthwhile for us to take it. There is, of course, this throne, which I believe this throne is well, it doesn't matter which one it is. It's either earth or crystal. So it's a 2-pointer regardless. So we do need to keep that one in mind. It is only 2 turns from our cap, so we could surprise it pretty easily. But Lanka is strong. We have to respect Lanka pretty heavily. But basically, talking about this, the reason I'm talking about this is just to lay out that we need to keep options in mind. I don't think we have a good throne rush opportunity at the moment. I think rush. I don't think we have a good victory point at this opportunity, but we do need to keep it in mind. Otherwise, there's not really a whole lot going on. We're continuing to summon Kusarikus. We're continuing to forge Boots of the Messenger and Rings of Warning. Like I said, next turn, we're probably going to hit Perenna with an odd assortment of forces, so that will be good. Especially now that their god is dead. The White Centaurs are still good, right? But they're significantly less good. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. A couple turns. Eat up the rest of Pan lands and hopefully a big chunk of Kailasan lands. And we're gonna be really big at that point. If we're actually allowed to do that, we're gonna be really big. We're already kind of getting to the point to where my income, I'm getting to the point to where I have over 2,000 to play with a turn. Oh, we need to talk about this. We have been continuing to do infrastructure, and we will probably continue to do infrastructure, especially temples at the very least in fortifications that we conquer. But we're gonna have to quit doing as much infrastructure because too much gold is going towards it and not towards mage recruitment, especially the further we get away from our heartlands. We need, like, this should not be a single force, it should be split into 2. I should have more mages in this as well as more men. We should be recruiting soldiers and mages on the front lines, or else we're going to run into some trouble. So, and one of those troubles, one of the things that we're actually running into is because we have so many mages moving in our armies, and because we have been focusing on fortifications, and because of astral corruption, because otherwise I would probably be making owl quills right now, our research is really kind of trash for this late in the game, right? We were doing really good there for a while, and then we kind of hit this 1,000 mark, but we hit the 1,000 mark like 20 turns ago or something like that, and then we kind of stopped because we were doing okay and we were moving a whole bunch of armies around. But now that we have done that, we're leaving a lot of research on the table. Like, this army is like I don't know, 500, 600 research. Probably not that much. It's a lot of research though, and that's a lot of research to lose, especially this late in the game. That means we haven't even hit a 9, and for example, right, we know Relay hits a 9 way back previously with was Enchantment 9, right, with Arcane Nexus. That was like 20 turns ago. We know Mictlan has hit 9, right, because we've seen the Demon Lords. That's kind of a problem. We're falling behind significantly on research, so we need to put up the fortifications that we require, but otherwise we need to start spending our gold on frontline forces and mages. That does mean I've got Earth Shamans over here. I am hoping to continue to produce the Earth Shamans in peripheral locations like this where we have laboratories. and we can immediately transform them. But because of astral corruption, we might end up having to stop that, especially as we move into something like Tartarians. It might not be worth it to be putting this type of money, because these guys are expensive, right? Mind you, these guys are about 275 gold a pop. Even if I'm making 2,000 gold a turn, that's 8 of these, right? That's versus, and you're like, that's 8 mages versus something like a Gudu. Though I could have 20 of them, you know. So that's something that we've got on the table, but we've got to watch out, right? We are getting Earth Shamans in Bell and Thornwood, and we're gonna see how that kind of pans out. But yeah. All right, I think that's the turn. Fingers crossed that things go well and we get to keep our god. And we're gonna look for opportunities in the near future to consolidate power and hopefully get Tartarians online. And then probably try to... Here's the deal. What we're probably gonna do is we're probably gonna take some of these thrones, right? And we might not cap them. But I might have to like war on Mictlan just to be like, hey, look guys, I can't stand the astral corruption anymore. I'm going to war with Mictlan. Anyone who wants to jump in can jump in with me. And use that as a excuse, because I've been bitching about it. It's an honest excuse. I want to kill Mictlan because fucking I hate astral corruption. But I could use it as an excuse to be like, well, actually, I want these thrones, you know? So, we'll see how it goes. Oh, and Hinnom holds the Sea Untamed, apparently. I think Hinnom and Mictlan might be at war. I think so. Because Hinnom owning, well, I guess technically that's 2 from his cap and 2 from his cap. But Obelshin, that seems like very... I'd be fighting over that. Hey. Alright, that's going to be the end of this turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.